Councilmember Price.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm recusing myself from item 12 as I am a landlord.
All right.
Good morning, Mr. Herman. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items. Go ahead.
Buenos días, putos y putas.
Good morning, fags and bitches.
Yo soy aquí para todos para protestar sus derechos a estos pinche cabrones.
I'm here to protest for the rights for these fucking assholes.
Now, in protest to CD 14, the so-called improvement district, Mr. Smoke and Scan, have you seen any improvements in Los Angeles and CD 14 other than off of Mott and Evergreen in Boyle Heights? El Siete Mares is not the only business inquiring new sidewalks and curbs, and in addition to that, a new curb ramp for people with disabilities. However, under the California Constitution, I believe that Los Angeles is fucked. That's just my opinion.
Mr. Herman, which item are you speaking to?
That was item number 1, sir, if you're paying goddamn attention.
Please move on to another item.
Now, the other issue in the violations of inspection costs due to the greedy city of Los Angeles, waiting for Olympic money, Donald J. Trump, is this. They got all this hearing and protests and appeals against the people of Los Angeles. For a good example, the property located at 9927 South Grape Street. Well, I know about Cesar Chavez. He was interested in these grapes, right, with children. But I'm interested in the grapes that develop around people who need housing. Right, Miss Ramen Noodle?
So, Mr. Herman, I'm going to ask you, please specify which item you're speaking to.
God damn, that was item number 4. Now into item number 5, assholes, in CD 8. Mr. Chairman, due to the safety and the public nuisance reports to confirm the fact that I am right, that these motherfuckers located at 717 West 98th Street is a racial, discriminatory, unconstitutional violation of their rights to live in their home. Who the fuck is the city to tell you that we have a lien on your property? Do any one of you white motherfuckers here have property like that? Well, if you want to fix the problem, you come here and protest. And I'm a good lawyer. Not, but if I was from a law firm, 42 USC 1983 politely, I would say, fuck your liens. Now into my general public comment. Day after day, I come to LA to find my budget is wasted. Todos los pinche putos roban de mí cosas necesitar. Cuando yo pregunta pa' una casa, me digan vaya con Dios. Estos pinche madres quitan todo el dinero. Ay, 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 ay. But the issue here is Donald J. Trump has done a great job. He's fucked Iran, and we're going to keep fucking Iran because we want this world to end now. I love war. I am the demigod of war. America is doomed. I've told you this year after year. 42 USC 1983. Fuck America.
And your time has expired. Next speaker.
All right. My name is Daniel Venencia. I'm the owner of AB&A Fire Protection, and I'm also the apprenticeship coordinator for Fire Protection University. Item 29 is going to be very helpful for us. It's going to be reducing the fees for people to get certified. The impact this will have for us and small businesses, it's going to be huge. I thank you very much to Captain Richardson for helping get this through. Thank you very much to Monica Rodriguez for also helping us with this. This is going to be, again, this is one of the few times that industry and city meet together, and a good resolution was set forward here. So I just wanted to say thank you again, and I'm here to support item number 29. Thank you.
My name is Larry Rauch. I'm the president of Los Angeles Cold Storage, and I'm here to support the reestablishment of the Downtown Industrial BID. We were originally formed in 1999, and it is an important component of the area. It is supported by both businesses and social services, and it is vital that we re-up for another term, and because we are in one of the most difficult areas in the country, and this provides services to businesses and social services. So let's reestablish it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Fabiana Fuentes, student advocate at SJI at Loyola Law School. The Los Angeles Sports and Entertainment Commission has not released a publicly available human rights plan for the 2026 World Cup, even though it was required under the host city agreement and due December 31st, 2025. Give this learning experience, a city council must in the future ensure that there is oversight and a plan with LASCC to ensure human rights plans are a part of major sporting event contracts for LA City in the future. These are billion-dollar businesses, and zero dedicated funding for human trafficking prevention, worker protections, or community-based services is acceptable now during the FIFA World Cup and moving forward. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the council. My name is Kendall Smith. I work for ABNA Fire Protection. My role at ABNA is the lead fire safety technician. Our company specializes in testing fire protection systems like fire alarms, fire sprinklers, fire pumps, and many other systems. I'd like to make a comment on today's hearing, item 29. First off, I'd like to thank Captain Richardson of the LAFD and the LAFD as a whole for their service to our communities, as well as Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez and her team for listening to our concerns and helping us keep track of this council item as it pertains to the Los Angeles Chiefs Regulation Number 4 fire program. I believe this program is a necessity to have in place to ensure that occupants of any commercial and residential structure in the city be protected from any fire and emergency situation. With a new pricing program in place, it allows for individuals like myself to grow with more certifications and more knowledge of past, current, and future fire systems.
Speaker, your time has expired.
My name is Leslie Ayala, a student policy advocate at the Sunita Jain Anti-Trafficking Initiative at Loyola Law School. Evidence-based data shows that labor trafficking increases during major sporting events such as the World Cup. Yet Los Angeles still has no publicly available human rights plan for the 2026 World Cup, even though it was required under the host city agreement and due December 31st, 2025. We are now less than 2 months from kickoff. Millions of dollars are set to be spent on security and enforcement for this event, yet there has been no dedicated investment on new programs and infrastructure for human trafficking prevention, worker protections, and community-based services. Events like the World Cup with massive security footprints increase vulnerability for immigrants, low-wage workers, and unhoused residents. We urge you to release the human rights draft immediately, call out FIFA for its lack of investment in an effective human rights plan, and work long-term with the Los Angeles Sports and Entertainment Commission to ensure future major sporting events have resources and standard protections for human rights. Thank you.
General comment. Okay. The following is by Ron Johnson. He's the senator of Wisconsin, and he's talking about directed energy weapons. Okay. Now I need a translator. Los métodos más avanzados incluyen tecnologías túnel y cuanta. Hacen túnel o aún teleportación a través de metal sólido, macizo, sin dejar
The methods of advanced technology include tunnels and teleportation by methods and different states of matter, such as solids.
sin dejar agujero o hoyo en metal macizo.
Without leaving any holes in the metal.
Para entender cómo estas armas funcionan, aún son posibles, necesitas entender cómo los supercomputadores funcionan.
To understand how these weapons function, you must first understand how computers function.
Exactly. Los científicos estiman que ahora estas máquinas realizan 10,000 años de investigación.
Scientists now are estimating that these machines carry over 10,000 years of information.
Next speaker.
Item 61 is on the budget, and I really do feel for Councilmember Yaroslavsky. Again and again, this building proves not only can it get worse, it probably will. One thing the Budget and Finance Committee often faces is something we saw at the Charter Reform Commission. A bunch of departments saying, all we need is to be fully funded. And I agree that we need to fully fund our departments, but that doesn't solve our problems. We have a broken system here. And a lot of people wonder, do we have a weak mayor or a strong council system? And that's a bunch of bullshit. It's neither. We have a strong council president system. What we see continually, significant issues held up by the council president, and then at the last minute, he tries to jam it through with a gun to your head. Usually, it all falls apart. Before Grote gets on me, I'm going to go to general comment and say it's been nearly 2 weeks since the Charter Reform Commission issued the report, and you'll notice it's not on this any agenda this week. That's no mistake. The council president does not want it to go to this full council. He's termed out in 2 years, but he wants you to pound sand when it comes to the things actually impacting you in this city. He wants to go straight to committee, skip you, and then wait until June at the last minute before the deadline, and then force you to vote it up or down. And when you say you want to change something, he's going to say it's too late. I got to invoke Councilmember McCosker. Members, we're the governing city of Los Angeles. Why don't you act like it? I want you all to go huddle up with Marquise and tell him, hell no, this needs to go to the full council, and we need a real process, that we can't waste this opportunity. Half of you are on the ballot. Do you really want to answer for this in 2 months? Clean it up now.
Hi, my name is Sophia Kashani, and I'm a graduate student at the University of Southern California studying social work. As a part of my practicum education, I work in the Westlake area for Step Up, a permanent supportive housing agency. I'd like to bring to your attention an issue I've noticed from working in this space. The Los Angeles Housing Authority is really thorough with their unit inspections, but I found that although the goal of the inspection is to hold the building owners accountable for repairs, maintenance, basic living standards, the burden of the inspection typically falls on the resident, and the building owner faces minimal risk or responsibility. I have a client whose air conditioner has been broken since December, another who has had mold in his unit for 9 months. And because of this mismanagement, I'd like to suggest some sort of implementation of a system similar to HACLA's unit inspections, but rather than the burden falling on the resident, it would inspect the building owner's management of the building and ensure that they're completing repairs and maintenance in a timely manner. Thank you for your time.
Would you like to speak to?
Public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Happy Easter reconvening, everybody. It is an honor, once again, to be before you all. I have been working very, very hard over the past week or so on getting involved with communities, specifically Echo Park CD13 and CD8, and the formation of working groups in an effort to engage women and youth in a dialogue that will hopefully provide a pathway towards the creation and inclusion of new economic offices and facilities throughout Los Angeles. So what's important, though, for you guys to know, and as well, I wanted to commend Council Member Hutt for her run for State Assembly. I really, really hope to join legislature. But what I need help with is something called the Women's Directorate, as well as Los Angeles Department of Building and Safety, which I made contact with the office of Harris Dawson. All right, awesome.
Next speaker. Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Item 1.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm Georgia Hawley. I'm the CCO at the Midnight Mission in strong support of the renewal of the downtown industrial bid. Ours is one of the most heavily impacted neighborhoods in Los Angeles. It asks a great deal of everyone, thank you, who works, serves, and survives here. It requires consistent care, coordination, and real infrastructure. Our streets were never meant to be places where people live, yet too far many people have no other option. That reality calls for compassion and practical solutions. The bid is funded entirely by property owners, not public dollars, including organizations like ours. In return, the district receives vital services like trash removal, sidewalk cleaning, graffiti abatement, and responsive public safety support. Across 64 blocks, the bid removes 8 to 9 tons of trash every day. That is public health, dignity, and functionality. Most importantly, the bid understands the community it serves and approaches the work with humanity, respect, and care. Thank you.
Good morning. I'd like to speak on item 1. Good morning, honorable council members and fellow Angelinos. My name is Sergio Moreno. I am the chairman of the Downtown Industrial District BID. I'm here to speak wholeheartedly in support of renewal of our bid. We are funded totally by the property owners at great economic sacrifice, but we are what embodies the public-private partnership in trying to improve our 64-block area, which includes Skid Row. I'd like to also mention our councilwoman, Jurado, and her staff for helping and collaborating with us in all the endeavors to improve our district, keeping it clean, keeping it safe. We all know the humanitarian crisis that we suffer in our area, but working hand in hand with our educational institutions in the area, our social services, our employees and our residents, we look forward to have this bid renewed and to continue our services. Thank you for your time.
Good morning. What items would you
I'm
like
sorry,
to speak?
ma'am, before you go, I want to call on Mr. Nazarian really quickly.
Thank you, Council President. I just was a little late in doing this earlier, but wanted to ask item 55 to be pulled aside for a substitute motion, which should be circulating shortly.
All right, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
All right, we seem to have confirmation. That's fine. Thank you, Mr. Nazarian. Anything else?
Thank you.
All right. All right, yes, you're on.
Buenos días, me llamo Teresa Yahuaca, soy trabajadora de comida rápida.
Good morning, my name is Teresa Yahuaca. I am a fast food worker.
Quiero pedirles por favor que nos apoyen para la ordenanza del trabajo justo en comida rápida.
I want to ask for your support in the fast food fair work ordinance.
Durante mucho tiempo yo no conocía mis derechos y se aprovecharon mis gerentes.
For a long time, I didn't know what my rights were, and my bosses took advantage of that.
Por ejemplo, cuando me enfermé, les llevé mi papel de enfermedad y no me pagaron mis días de enfermedad.
For example, once when I got sick, I presented them with my doctor's note, and they still didn't pay me for that day.
Y después, meses después, mi hermano falleció y me agarraron represalias contra mí porque falté.
Months later, when my brother died, they reprimanded me later for taking time off.
Y no me pagaron mis días de enfermedad.
And they didn't pay me for those sick days.
Y en esos tiempos difíciles, los biles no me esperaron.
During those hard times, I couldn't pay my bills, but they were still there.
Pues me endrogué porque no tenía para pagar mi renta, mis biles de la luz, del gas.
And I went into debt because I couldn't pay my rent or utilities.
Y quiero que por favor nos apoyen con en esa ordenanza. Gracias.
I'm here to ask for your support in that ordinance. Thank you.
Mi nombre es Matilde Peregrina.
My name is Matilde Peregrina.
Y soy trabajador de la comida rápida aquí en Los Ángeles.
And I am a fast food worker here in Los Angeles.
Esta ordenanza, y estoy aquí para pedir por esta ordenanza.
And I'm here to ask for your support for this ordinance.
Porque esta ordenanza nos ayudaría a los trabajadores de comida rápida.
This ordinance would help us working in the
sobre la
fast food
semana
industry.
laboral justa de Los Ángeles y garantizaría que conozcamos nuestros derechos laborales y cómo hacerlos valer.
It would ensure that we know our rights and how to enforce them.
Conocer mis derechos me ayudó a entender qué es legal y qué no es legal en el trabajo, ya que esta información no se da apropiadamente.
Knowing my rights has helped me understand what is and is not legal at work,
Sé-
since this information isn't
Sé que
usually
muchos
properly
trabajadores de
provided.
comida rápida probablemente es el mismo problema en el trabajo, por eso necesitamos estos entrenamientos de todo el día en persona donde nosotros los trabajadores podemos hacer nuestras preguntas a un experto, no al jefe.
I know that many of my fast food worker colleagues probably have the same issues at work. This is why we need these all-day in-person training sessions where we, the workers, can ask questions to an expert rather than our boss.
Por eso les pido a todos los asambleístas que pasen esta ley para que a través de su voto nos puedan ayudar a todos los trabajadores de aquí de Los Ángeles.
That's why I
Muchas
ask-
gracias.
That's why I ask all of you for your support to help all of us workers in Los Angeles to pass this ordinance. Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Kaylin Carrillo. I am an MSW student at the University of Southern California, studying adult mental health and wellness. Many residents across Los Angeles are experiencing real fear that they will no longer be able to afford living in the communities that they once grew up in, due to rising housing costs, rent increases, and the overall cost of living. At the same time, homelessness continues to grow, and we know the needs of those experiencing homelessness are incredibly diverse, including families, seniors, individuals with mental illnesses, co-occurring disorders, and working people which simply cannot keep up with rent. I want to encourage you to take specific steps in this to address housing affordability in a way that prevents displacement and encourage the city to design a homelessness response plan that recognizes these different lived experiences rather than relying on a one-size-fits-all approach. Thank you.
My name is Professor Stephanie Richard. I'm the director of the Sunita Jain Anti-Trafficking Initiative at Loyola Law School. I was very disappointed to see the ad hoc committee today postpone discussion on the LA 28 Human Rights Plan. And I hope an additional hearing can be scheduled with LA 28 next week, as there is still time to ensure that LA 28 has a detailed, resourced human rights strategy before the games. But most urgent is the fact that the Los Angeles Sports and Entertainment Commission has not released a publicly available human rights plan for the 2026 World Cup, even though it's now less than 2 months before the games. Our understanding is this report will not be released until May. This is unacceptable. LA City Council must figure out a better structure and oversight so that all future major sporting events contracts are resourced and human rights are protected. LA City will be hosting the Super Bowl and March Madness in 2027, and there is an opportunity based on learning from the FIFA experience to help protect and prevent human trafficking before major sporting events. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good morning. My name is Amada Otero. I am a student policy advocate with the Sunita Jain Anti-Trafficking Initiative at Loyola Law School. FIFA was required to submit a human rights plan at the end of December 2025, and it has yet to be released to the public. The public deserves to know whether this multi-billion-dollar organization will take meaningful steps to prevent and address human trafficking. The World Cup starts in less than 2 months, limiting our time to implement a prevention-focused public health approach to human trafficking. We ask that the human rights draft be placed on the main council agenda and that in the future, the Los Angeles Sports and Entertainment Commission ensures that a human rights plan and human trafficking prevention protocol are in place in advance of major events. Thank you.